So again, why is this a good thing? Why price increased? That means our margin should increase, right? The actual main benefit of what this tells me is that there's not enough competition to drive the prices down. So that means there's a lack of competition, meaning more room for new sellers to enter the market because prices are increasing. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been some time since my last video, but I'm excited to get back into the gear of things and to produce another top products video for products to be selling on Amazon for this coming month for you guys. So today we're going to start out with the low competition product, just like before. We'll move into the high demand product, and we'll finish things up with the most exciting product, in my opinion, and that is the innovative product. So the first product for this month is the low competition product, and that is the waterproof compression sack. So we're looking at the first listing page here just to give you a feel and an idea of what these products typically look like for the best sellers and the top picks. And as we can see, things are fairly standard as far as the dimensions of the product as well as the use. So this product is commonly used for campers or beachgoers to put a lot of their clothing and materials into something that is water resistant or in some cases waterproof for this niche. So let's take a look at the second row here that's not sponsored, which would be down here. So we have some beige, very common colors. We also have a couple that stand out, but I really didn't see a whole lot in terms of a design other than this sponsored listing right here. So if we go through, things are pretty standard, as you can see. Now the reviews for most of these listings, they're fairly minimal reviews. This one, this Paddock Hill product right here, has already listed on the first listing page with only one review, and it's not sponsored. Same goes for this 5-piece set. 6 reviews, not great ratings, but somehow it's still on this first listing page. That tells us that we are in a low competition niche before we even take a look at the data, so this is always a reassuring sign. Speaking of the data, let's take a look at it. So we have 2 niches for this waterproof compression sack. I'm going to look at the most general one just to give us an idea of the broader category versus this sleeping bag variation. So as always, I'll tell you one thing that I really like about this data set and the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about. That way you can see both sides of the story. Now, one thing I really enjoy is the average unit sold history over the previous 21 months. We can see that we have some sustainable growth throughout the end of the year into early spring. So this is a great product for us to begin selling in August because it sets us up to really ride the demand increase for this type of product in the fall months and hit that peak demand in the winter and spring months. Now, the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about, and I wouldn't necessarily say this is a concern, but it isn't a reassuring sign. We always take a look at the average search volume over at least 2 years to see if this is a product that will be growing over time in the years to come. If it's growing in demand and search volume over the past 2 years, there's a good chance, at least from a historical perspective, that this product niche will continue to grow and be able to grow our products. Unfortunately for this product, we've seen a very stable, almost flat line average search volume for this product niche. Now, this is a good thing in the sense that you will have stable sales, but your opportunity to continue to grow your product may be a little bit challenging in this niche unless something drastic were to change. So let's talk about the product that I found for this niche. This is a waterproof custom dry bag, which is going to fit very nicely into this niche because it solves that problem for the customer. But I was able to do one thing additional to differentiate my product from the rest. I thought, since on the first listing page, we saw a lot of products that are just the black or the beige color, nothing that necessarily stands out. So I thought if we had some type of unique artwork or design, such as these flamingos here, or, Winnie the Pooh, which, I wouldn't recommend doing that because that's a trademark brand. But if you do something such as this flamingo design or make your own custom design, which I recommend even more, I think that will really help you stand out. If we look at the price on the right-hand side here, we can see that it's fairly inexpensive for one of these bags, and these are fairly large bags. So we're looking at about $1.87 on average for the unit cost, and I'm estimating about 22 cents per unit for this product for shipping. All right, the last step here is to look at the Seller Buddy margin calculator to get an understanding of what our margin will be and to determine if this would be a favorable or unfavorable investment. So I added all the inputs in here at a $19.99 sell price. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can see that our profit margin is 54%, and at an estimated sales of 200, we're expecting a little over $2,000 in monthly profit, which is, exceptional for a product like this. All right, product number 2 for this month, and that is the high demand product. or the niche of bamboo sleep sack. So these are baby sleeping sacks that contain at least what I've noticed around 70% or more of organic bamboo material. And typically the other 30% or less is some type of cotton or possibly polyester. So this is a trendy product, I would say. It's difficult to tell if this is a product that's going to continue to grow, but if you watch the video that I made earlier in 2024 this year about the top products to sell on Amazon, sustainability and those type of products are very important to customers. And I see that trend actually increasing over time as buyers become more and more aware of what's actually going into some of these products. So with that being said, this is somewhat similar to the previous product where we're seeing a lot of similar products. We can see this one unique design, but we're seeing a lot of neutral colors, beiges, not a lot of things that have a pattern or something that actually stands out other than maybe these two right here. So we'll keep that in mind when we get to Alibaba and we're searching for our products. But with that being said, there's still some listings on here with very low reviews. So even though this is a high demand product, I still say that this may fall into the low competition category. All right, the data. So we have very solid data. We can see a very high search volume of over 35,000 monthly searches and great trends. So that is going to bring us into the first part of this that I think is exceptional, and that is the search volume, the pro for this niche. And this is what we want to see for nearly every product we want to sell on Amazon. That is a consistent upward trend in average search volume over the past 2 years. That is exactly what we're seeing here. You can see back in 2022, the weekly search volume that week of the end of July, it was 1,234. And now we can see we're upwards over 8,281 weekly searches. So nearly eightfold, 7 to 8 times more what we saw back 2 years ago, which is a reassuring sign if we were to enter this niche. Maybe in 2 years, we're going to be seeing 16,000 weekly searches. It's all we can really go off of as Amazon sellers and data analysts. All right, now the somewhat concerning part is just the average price history. So, this is typical, but it's just something to be aware of. As we see competition rise, we typically see a decrease in the average price because competition is going to work inversely to price. As competition rises, prices are going to drop so they can, other sellers can remain competitive. So back 2 years ago, we were seeing an average price of about $46 for one of these bamboo sleeping sacks, and now we're a little bit shy of $35. So that's $11 it has decreased, and this is also during a period of high inflation. So, that's not a reassuring sign that prices have gone down quite significantly during an inflated period over the past 2 years. But it's something that we need to be aware of, and hopefully we can factor it into our profit margin. Now, for the product that I found for this niche, I found this bamboo sleeping sack, which is composed of 70% bamboo and 30% cotton. So it has that bamboo material as the majority, so we can really advertise that on our listing. Additionally, this has some very unique patterns, as you can see. So this supplier sells multiple patterns, but I really like this duck design for possibly a baby boy. I think that this could really stand out among the competition that's currently on Amazon and may attract some other customers to pick this product over some of those more neutral and beige colored products. Now, this product is around $7 per unit, and I would estimate about 15 cents per unit for shipping to the United States. And then the last thing here is just also keep in mind that this is a clothing material, therefore there are sizes. All right, now onto the calculator. We have a sales price of $29.99, which is well below the average price, which is around $36 per unit. So that gives you that competitive advantage. And at a cost of goods sold of $7.15, which includes that shipping, we're looking at a profit margin of 48%. For an estimated sales of $200 per month, we're expecting just shy of $3,000 in profit. Before we look at our final product here today, do not forget that I offer mentorship services on Patreon, and I also offer freelancing services for your Amazon listing and product research on Fiverr. If you need general coaching advice or custom strategies to grow your business, consider joining our Patreon group where I can help you one-on-one. On the other hand, if you need help researching a product idea, creating your listing, or your ad campaign, then check out my Fiverr gigs. Now make sure to reach out to me on Fiverr through direct messaging before you place your order so I can give you 5% off for watching this video. In that message, make sure to include the package, any extras that you want, and then this unique code so I can give you the 5% off. All right, let's get back to the top products for this month. The final product for this month is the innovative product or the niche of PC under desk mount. So this is a hardware device that attaches to the bottom of your desk and holds your desktop. I've seen these in the office and workspace, but I haven't seen this too much in the residential space. So I think this is just a transition to a lot of people working from home, now wanting to clear some of their desk space and using a device like this to hold their computer under their desk. We do see some reassuring signs. You can see the second row here that are no sponsored listings. We only have one listing above 2,000 reviews. The rest are in the 200 to 300 range. And then we have one that's 41 reviews with an average star rating of 4 out of 5. So it gives you some reassurance that within a couple months you could possibly rank your product organically on the first listing page. All right, moving over to the data set here. Now, when we type in the under desk PC mount, we have 3 different opportunities according to Jungle Scout that we can take a look at. Now, what I've always done in the past is if there's 2 or 3, I will analyze all 2 or 3 of those to really get a comprehensive idea of what's going on in these niches. However, for today, what I would do for a streamlined process, or if there were 5 to 10 different niches that pop up, I'd find the one with the highest search volume, which is the one that we want to take a look at. That way we have the most amount of data, if you will, to really get an idea of what's going on in this niche. All right, let's start out with the concerning element to this niche, and then we can move on to the positive. So the concerning is the average units sold history. You may take a look at this and say, wow, over 8,000 units sold in May, then we went to almost 6,000, and now we're over almost 14,000 in the month of July, which is not even over yet. So that's exceptional, right? Now, for someone who's more experienced, they're taking a look at this and they're a little bit concerned. They're wondering, months ago, we're seeing just about 100 or 200 units sold, and then all of a sudden in May, something spiked in terms of the average units sold. So that's concerning because typically this means this could be a fad type product that we see some type of catalyst, such as this product went viral on TikTok or Instagram Reels, and now all these people are buying it, and then typically that demand fades and it goes back to the more sustainable amounts like 100, 200 units per month. Now, that is a concerning element because there's a lot of uncertainty. One thing I would do, and I'll share with you, is I would also go to the search volume, which is an indicator of demand, and I'd look for those similar spikes. Now, fortunately, we have a decent looking average search volume trend here, which shows that upward trend, and we're not seeing dramatic spikes such as back in July of 2022 when we were selling 100 units a month. The search volume's somewhat consistent to what we're seeing today. Now, if we saw a big spike of search volume, that means now all of a sudden people are buying this product and all of a sudden people are searching for this product, and typically that demand comes back down. All right, and the last piece here is let's talk about the pro or the good thing about this niche, and that is the average price, which is different than what we talked about before in the previous product, which with its average price history. So in this example, back in August 2022, we saw an average price of about $37.67, yet today we're at $45.65. So again, why is this a good thing? Why price increased? That means our margin should increase, right? Yes, that is true, and that is the obvious benefit, but if you look between the weeds, the actual main benefit of what this tells me is that there's not enough competition to drive the prices down. So that means there's a lack of competition, meaning more room for new sellers to enter the market because prices are increasing. So demand outweighs the competition. Therefore, that is obviously a great indicator for us as new sellers that we can join this niche and be successful. All right, now let's talk about product sourcing. This is actually the Amazon's Choice most popular product for this category of products. And there's one thing I want to point out, which if you use Jungle Scout's AI tool here, the generative review analysis, it'll actually review all of the reviews on this listing, which is 823 of them, and then it'll summarize them. What are the positive comments really talking about? What are the negative comments? And then also what suggestions they make based on the reviews to improve this product. So why is this useful to us? Well, in the past, what I've done is I would actually look at a dozen or so of these 823 reviews, and I would analyze this all myself. Now I'm able to use a tool like Jungle Scout to be able to go ahead and do this all for me very quickly and very accurately. So what I would do is I'd go to the negative comments here. I'd look at some of the design flaws, the weld quality, and the poor quality screw. So a lot of quality material issues with this. And then I would take that into my product and try to improve that so I can eliminate these negative reviews from happening, and I receive more positive comments for my product. So when I was looking for products, I took this all into consideration, and I found a heavy duty under PC mount that is also able to flip around or swivel 360 degrees. So that's a unique feature that I would be offering to the market, which I think would be useful for some people who, they need to move their PC around in order to gain access to it, or to get to the back of the PC to plug in USB-A or USB-C ports. So I think that's a unique selling point we can leverage. Now, with that being said, if we're adding all these unique features and we're adding a more durable material, we are going to be paying a little bit more for this product. So this would be a riskier investment because our cost of goods sold for just the unit cost, would be $12.66. And I would estimate at least $2.15 for shipping if you're going to receive over 100 to 200 pieces. Okay, so let's take a look at the margin calculator at $54.95 for the sales price, which is still below the average price, which is nice, and a cost of goods sold of $14.81. We have a profit margin of $42, and at 200 sales, which would be somewhat difficult for a product like this right from the start, you could expect a little over $4,500 in profit. All right, thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe for next month's video where I'll cover the 3 top products to be selling for that coming month.